Hey folks, it's Grant again. After the warm reception of my Lemon Tech video and a couple of discreet requests to produce some more content relative to enjoying my favorite hobby, which is to say cultivating fungi, I went ahead and put together some thoughts on how to make dub tubs, which is what you see here in front of you in this frame. Essentially what it is, it's two 6-quart sterilite tubs stacked on top of one another, creating a dome type effect. And what I've done with this particular one is I've taken on the short ends of the base tub, I've put 3 small holes and then covered them with micropore tape. And you can see it's the same on both ends. And then on the top tub, I went ahead and I put 3 holes, they're fairly small holes, maybe 1/4-inch sized holes on either of the long sides of the upper portion of the dub tub. And then what I do at that point, after I've prepped the holes and I've covered them with the micropore tape, I'll take the spawn and the bulk substrate that I'm using, which my bulk substrate tends to be 2 parts coir to 1 part vermiculite. And I also tend to put maybe like in 650 gram brick of coir. I'll put maybe a full tablespoon of azomite, dolomite, or gypsum, just enough to maybe buffer the pH a little bit. That's optional. It will work without that added pH buffering, but I find that I get the best results with adding the mineral content that I get from azomite. It's my personal favorite. I call it my secret weapon. Anyhow, so I mix those together, and when you've got your spawn and your bulk substrate mixed to the right consistency, then you just put it into the base tub, and it got about maybe 2.5 inches of substrate there on the bottom mixed with the spawn. And then what I'll do is I'll use duct tape to seal up the perimeter of the tub. So put 1 layer of duct tape all the way around. You don't need to go crazy with it. 1 layer is just fine. And then I just let it sit. They typically take about maybe 1.5 to 2 weeks to fully colonize. And once they fully colonize, and you begin to see the hyphal knots, primordia, sporocarp, small like pins showing up basically, you'll know that it's time to start considering enhancing the fresh air exchange, because these small holes are not going to afford you enough fresh air exchange to truly get a profound flush happening. And so what I do at that point is I'll remove the duct tape from 3 sides of the container and just leave 1 strip along one long end, and it creates a clamshell type effect, and it allows you easy access, ready access to the interior to fan it out multiple times a day. And in doing so, you increase the fresh air exchange, the evaporation gets kicked up, and you'll find that the fruiting tends to occur a little bit more aggressively. Like this one just started pinning like 2 days ago, and now you may or may not be able to see all the small pins in there, but there's a number of really tiny mushrooms that are happening. And this is all transpired within, there was nothing in here except just a fully colonized tub about 4 days ago, and now I've got small flush happening. It's the first flush for this tub, so it should be interesting. But anyhow, yeah, I mean, that's essentially the basics of making a dub tub, and I've found this to be like the intermediary step for me in between, for instance, using the vermiculite and brown rice PF Tech jars. This is like the middle ground between PF and full-size monotub tech is Dubtub Tek. So if you have any questions about how I do things, or what type of spores I use, or anything of that nature, feel free to ask questions in the comments, and I will be happy to answer them. Otherwise, just be safe and be smart out there. Peace.